Hey folks, Patrick here with you again, amateur radio call sign KK4JIK. It's been 2 weeks since our last panning trip, and we're back at the same place. You'll probably notice some of the shots that I took in the last video are going to be some of the same here because we're back in the same place. I've just about worked out that hole that we were looking at in the last video out. However, we might move upstream, feet from it. All right, so here we are at that same old camera shot from every shot in the last video. Right here, turn the camera around. Right here where our little trail comes down, there's our walk-in road, here's our little trail, and there's that awesome corner where the water washes all the gold out of. Gosh, I think that little spot right there and some of this old creek bed up in there might be the source of a lot of the gold that we'll be finding down the creek later this summer. Here's that hole we were working last time. As you can see, it's pretty worked out there. There are some gravels right up in there that I think I'll start with today. But what I wanted to look at as some of those traditional spots were, of course, this is the inside corner of a creek, and you can see some gravel building up right there. There's also a sandbar right there, and there's some bedrock kind of right in there that slopes up it slopes down that way, and this gravel bar is kind of falling into it, and I'm going to work right along in there. And let's see, as we look further up this way, I've tried right in this area on some of this. We talked about that last time, and it's just there. I just didn't find anything at all. I may do a couple of test pans there. If that wasn't so dadgum deep from the rains we got at the end of this week, we had some big rain a couple of nights ago, and really over the last week. We are tired of rain here in Georgia. It's not always the case. We've been in a kind of drought for the last 12 to 15 years, and now we're getting payback, but boy, it's all coming at once. This looks interesting. I'll see if I can get a shot without all of the reflections in it. I don't know if you can see down there, but that's kind of a hole slash pocket that works right there. A lot of this may slough off into it. There's a big boulder there I'm going to have to move. Maybe get down under some of that. I'd love to work right at the edge of that, but that is so deep, I think my boots might get wet. This big sandbar I'm on here, I've had people tell me they've seen people working this with a sluice box, even though the fine for that is $10,000 minimum. It is a big, huge inside corner of a creek, and maybe we work right in this area, so maybe. And you can see all this gravel up on the hill here from where people have worked for so long. That looks like somebody did it, but it was so nasty last week. Well, maybe somebody came out here last week and built a little dam there so gold would catch maybe right in that area. I'll try to not mess with that in case someone did that on purpose. And you can see right up there where the river bends around, that way. That's kind of an inside corner, and maybe we go work a little bit of that as well. And that's probably the places we'll try after I do some work and see how the gold is in my traditional spot right here. There is a little bit of new material down in that hole right there from the rains we had, and it doesn't look like that corner there or this got gouged out too bad, but maybe there's a new few large pieces of gold down there. We will see. So what I'll do is go ahead and get, I'm right into the sun there. What I'll do is go ahead and get set up and do a couple of pans and see how it's going, and we'll let you know how it's going along the way. All right, thanks for joining me again. All right, folks, well, I went through 3 or 4 pans there in the hole that we were at last weekend, or 2 weeks ago. And while there was gold in every pan, it was pretty small, not a whole lot of it. Not really anything got me excited enough to even, there's the sun again, to even show that to you. So I'm going to move up a little bit and try something else. Perhaps Turn you around here. There's our corner with all the hopefully gold that's sloughing off into the creek. There's a hole where we've been right there. Been working right along here, and I dug some out of some of the fresh stuff that had fallen in the deep hole there, and there just wasn't that much there. So I'm gonna come up and try where that big boulder is sitting. All this gravel right in there. Hope you can see that. There's a big boulder sitting right there. Well, not a boulder, but there's a little hump right there. So maybe any gold that's sloughed off of here in the last little bit of rains found its way there. Maybe what went over is what I was finding a couple of weeks ago. And maybe what didn't go over is sitting right down in all that right there. So I'll do a few pans out of that. It doesn't look too terribly deep, and we'll come back and see what we find. Hopefully it's better than what was right down there. Still gold in every pan, but you know, I've seen better, so let's find better. Okay, so we moved up a little bit, up into the area of the bend up here where the gold's been sloughing off, and I think we found a better spot. Let's see if we can take a look. Okay, the focus on this camera, I still hadn't quite got it down yet. Let me put a little water over it and then get my shadow in the way. Let's see if you can see the larger pieces. Maybe, I don't know, 20 little bits of color and one decent sized flake. Nothing, still nothing like last time we were out, but we're doing pretty good. Each time is a new adventure. That's what keeps this fun, because it's sure not making money finding this Georgia gold. And we're back. Well, we're. Well, there's that tree over there. There's some rocks over there. And so I guess that's we. And we're back. It's about 2 o'clock, something like that. We've been going for a while here, you know, me and the tree and the rocks, and haven't been pulling out anything terribly big. Trying a few different spots, kind of where the junk is sloughing off into the creek, and still haven't gotten to those traditional spots we were talking about earlier. Things started going pretty good, so maybe we'll stay over here. I'll show you what I found in this last pan. This is probably the best one of the day. So stand by. Let's see here. Again, horrible focus and all, but let's see. Hit the old thing so I can see what the camera's seeing. And there we go. There it is. I don't know. Let me see if I can get it in the shade. And the shadow. So it's going to blur out, but you'll be able to see all the color in there. There is, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 20 good pieces of color in there. So that's probably the best one of the day. That came from kind of right over in that area where it's been sloughing off. And it's been pretty good the last few pans, but this is the absolute best one. There's the sun behind me, behind the camera with a horrible shot. Let me turn this way. That's a little better. We'll keep on going. I got probably 4 or 5 more hours out here, depending on if it's 2 or not. I'm really only about 5 minutes from the car, so we'll stay as late as we can, and either later tonight or tomorrow we'll do some cleanup and see how much we got from 2 weeks ago. Last weekend I went with my son, went out to the Yorkville gold mine area, and that creek is pretty darn good right now. I don't think a lot of people go out there. It's pretty hard to find. We will do a video out there maybe next weekend. I think my buddy Chuck and I and James Ross and his kids are going to go, so we'll get a fair amount of panning in. Anyway, I'm going to go suck this up into the snuffer bottle and be back in a little bit. Well, folks, I found a good spot over here where the bed of the old creek bed's been sloughing off into the new creek. And I found something fairly exciting, so I figured I'd show you here. Let's see. There she is. Can you see that? That is probably is close to, if not the biggest chunk of gold I have found in Georgia. So good day today. We'll keep going. I can't wait to clean this stuff up. Hey everyone, the day's wrapping up, and while it wasn't a spectacular day of finding monstrous gold nuggets here in Georgia, which we never find anyway, but found a few nice flakes, the few pans that were really cool. I ended up showing you on the video there. I know everyone likes to see the gold. I know that's what I like to see when I watch these videos. Hey, if you would, leave a like or a comment. I don't do this for money. I got a day job. But if you do, that apparently the Googles say that helps other people that are searching for, you know, gold panning and things like that find my videos. And maybe they'll enjoy them, and I hope you did too. Hey folks, it's almost the end of the day here. We had a pretty good day. I thought it might be cool. I've kind of packed up panning. Thought it'd be cool to walk up the creek from here. I think we walked down the creek last week or the time before. Maybe we'll walk up the creek with the camera and take a look and see if we can see anything cool or cool places to pan or anything like that. Let's go. Oh Lord, I just sounded like Jeff Williams. Jeff Williams? That guy's funny. Anyway, wait, I'm starting to walk and I'm not showing you. Hang on. Alright. Right here's our corner. And right here's where I was panning. You can see where my tailings, is that what you call what you don't get when you pan? Anyway, let's walk up the creek. See on either side where people have been panning forever and ever and tossing their rocks and stuff up on the side. I don't see any bedrock right here, and the water's already soaked through my boots a little bit, so I'm already wet, so whatever. Let's see, nothing terribly exciting yet. We have a little corner to go through up here. Looks like some stuff washed away under there. The gold mine and the big vein and everything is up there. There are some veins that run through this creek, but let's see. I guess if gold was going to slough in, it would slough in from that side. Here's some moss. I see people going through moss sometimes in the summer. There's kind of a little hole or a channel right there. Some nice gravel. Gravel on the side. This is a slight inside corner and a couple of big chunky rocks there. This might not be a horrible place. Let's see, going on up. This looks like it's going to get deep. Oh, here's let's see, if you look in the shadows are showing. Look in this creek there, there's some of that shaly bedrock with some gravel at the bottom of it. That may not be a bad spot. And there in the side of the creek, you can see the old creek bed. There we go. You can see it there on top of that shaly bedrock, which kind of goes up. Oh, this looks kind of neat, actually. Let me put this on super wide. I'll be right back. Okay, we're on super wide. How wide I am. Ooh, scary. Whoa, there's some interesting stuff right around the corner here. Alright, so looks like maybe a spring or something is shooting out the side right there. And you can see the old creek bed and some of the gravel. There's nice gravel along. Again, I don't think it's bedrock, but it's very clay packed concretey shale, so good enough. There's a good bar of gravel running but a good channel of gravel running right in here. That looks cool. What is this over here? Oh boy. Wow. That is some bedrock. Let's go over there. I didn't bring any tools. Let's see. Oh, that's not bedrock. That's that kind of clay shale you can pick at, but hard enough. Gold's not going to go through it. There's the old creek bed. It's right along in there. And it looks like there's a little spring coming out here. So, you know, I would say this is digging into the side of the creek bed, but I think it's not. I think this is natural. And this may very well be a source of a lot of the gold. It looks like when it overflows, it comes out right through here. We'll have to give this a visit next time. Promise. Alright. There's the sun going down up there. Let's keep on going. There is obviously a dam somebody built. Let's see. There's a deep hole. Oh, and I stepped in it. Alright. So let's see. There's some gravel that built up behind the rock. Isn't that exciting? Yeah, somebody built this dam. For sure. Water flowing there. Well, I'll bet there's some gold right there behind. I can see the old creek bed in this side of the creek. I did not expect that. But oh wow, look at all the big quartz rocks people have tossed out of the creek while panning here. Bet those have been there for a while. I'm right at the road too. Well, the other trail, that's the one that goes out to the lake. And the gold mine is up there. The old mine. Alright, here's some big chunky rocks on gravel. And here's a waterfall. My youngest son, Kalis, would love it. Waterfall. We like to go to the creek. And he yells, waterfall rocks, and then throws rocks into the creek and splashes Dada. Well, let's see. Look at that. There's a lot of gravel there, and another good spot to get at some of the old creek bed. And just right around this corner is where that dam let go a while back. Well, that might be some, just right in there where that's coming out. Right down in there might be some good gold. That'd be a pain in the butt to deal with right there, but oh well. Here's a waterfall. This is where I was painting with those guys the other week when I was out here. And oh boy, look at that. There's the old creek bed and a whole bunch of clay. And it looks like it's been eating that out. And this is shale bedrock here. And boy, look at that old creek bed on the bedrock there. So I bet there's gold washing out of right there. We'll have to come up here. Some gravel in here. We could get a spoon and get at some of that. Here is I wonder what made that. We'll dig into that a little bit. Unfortunately, most of these channels here are running with the creek, so I don't think they'd trap any gold. Wonder if y'all heard that. All right, well here's the old log jam right here, and a gravel bar. Lots of gravel. This is the crossing right here when you go down the trail. And here's some more old creek bed right there. Looks like that's been sloughing off. It still looks pretty good. Well, this thing let go. Oh wow, look at that. This thing let go a while back. I'm on clay and it'll slick. I think it's too cold for snakes, so I'll just cruise on up through here. the road to walk in on. That's the way to the gold mine, which is up there, and to the lake, which is that away. And here's a CD. 2014 Climbers and Hang-On Stands. Failure to watch this DVD could result in serious injury or death. Oh hell, now I have to watch this DVD. Or play frisbee with it. Actually, what I'll do is take it out of here and put it in the trash can. So I've never panned upstream of this. And it's kind of deep, and there's a house right there. It's still on core property, but we'll save that for later. When this was full of water, it was up to thing cut off, up to about there. So maybe 4 or 5 feet of water, and that actually backed it up there, let go when this thing broke. I'm sure that washed a lot of gold free. Anyway, that about does it for the tour. We'll head back to the panning site, get the stuff, go home. Hey folks, it's a hot, sunny day here in Georgia, and I hope I'm even making the shot here. Let's see. Got a little jet dry in the tub. Got my safety pan with my hunk of Cherokee mine trash. Got this off the mine dump. It is heavy as hell. There's some sort of metal sulfide something in there, and there's a little, I guess, country rock and a little bit of the quartz vein on it. Anyway, that's weighting down the safety pan, and now I've got concentrates in the last 3 weeks in the snuffer bottle. So I'm going to see if I can not mess this up and pan this gold out. I dumped the rest of the stuff I had caught in the safety pan and was sitting in the tub here back into another piece of plastic bucket over there for later panning. I figured we'd get a cleanup of the stuff from the last 3 or 4 trips. Most of them I've had on video. I know that my son, Bio Gaming, that's his YouTube channel, Bio Gaming, and I went to the Yorkville gold mine. I have yet to post a video from there. It's usually just him and I panning, and so far I don't go out there by myself, but I think I'm going to go out there one day soon, and I'll bring you along with me. But anyway, let's see if we can get this stuff out of here and into this pan without spilling it everywhere. This should be a pretty good cleanup. Should probably push this tube through. Hey!
I have a stinky diaper.
Oh, and there's the wifey with a stinky diaper.
Oh.
Yeah, the whole world is watching.
Oh, good.
Well, that's okay. Oh, look at that. I think I'm glad I did that and cleaned this thing out, because I already see a little, that might be mica, but of course it could also be gold. Oh, it splashed in my face. Thankfully it wasn't the stinky diaper. Alright, wash out the tube. Alright. And let's see how I can, if I can dump all this into the pan. Might need some more water. Oh, I see a bunch of gold in there already. Have a look at that. It's right in the middle. Right there, I can already see it. And there's some more. Well, there's that big piece got last weekend. Right there. More keeps coming out, so that's probably it. That's a lot of gold. All right. Use this finishing pan. I'd like to get one of those gold wheels, but got my jet dry in there. That's this foam. I only put a small squirt, and I've got probably 4 or 5 gallons of water in this bucket. All right, here we go. Shaky, shaky, shaky. I'm guessing all that gold's about at the bottom by now. Any gold will fall right into the safety pan. Alright, let's get some more water back in there. Still got some blondes in there. Starting to see the gold in there. You see that? Well, there's a lot of it. I don't have the knack for this pan just yet, I don't think. I like my green pan, this one over here, that I use out in the creek. And I'm always scared I'm going to lose stuff in this finishing pan, but you know, I guess I call it a finishing pan for a reason, and I should probably learn how to use it. Starting to see that gold in there. Hope it's not glaring at you. Alright. That's what we're left with so far. Again, I hope that's not glaring. You know what? Let me get behind the camera. It doesn't look like it's glaring, so let's see what gold I got in there now. Alright. Yeah, work it down a little more. Leave it right there. See if I can kick this out so. Can't see what I've got here. Got 1 or 2 pieces that have made it over to the back of the pan. There you go. Suppose you can see all that. There it is. Let's clean up from 3 weeks, 3 weekends of panning. Get it all in one spot. There's that big hunk over in there. Let's see. Get it all in one area, take a look at it. There you go. That's 3 weekends, and that's going to blur out, but 3 weekends of gold panning in Georgia. I think more fun was had than gold was found, but hey, not so bad. Alright, I guess I'll suck this stuff up and go put it in the gold vial. Alright, well, there is how much gold I currently have in the vial. It's just not focus worth the junk. There is no manual focus on a GoPro that I can find. So that it is some of my electronic stuff. Not a ton. That's my entire career of gold panning in Georgia. Is that. Again, we are pan and shovel only. Let me back out a little bit. And that's it. Well, I'm going to add what I just got, and we'll see if it makes any difference. Now I'll come back and show you what that looks like. Alrighty, I have added the gold that we cleaned up today to the vial, and I think I'm getting better at this because it looks like I have maybe 50% more gold in just 3 days, and certainly some larger pieces. I guess I've gotten lucky with the big rains, and some of these larger pieces have come down. I'll get in. Let's see if I can use a little pokey stick to show you. Let's see. Where is it? Oh, that is one piece. That is one piece, and these up here are kind of big flakes. Let me back out a little bit. I need a macro lens or something. That looks like it's probably in focus, but it's not close. Let's see. There's one. There's one large piece. A little bit black sand getting in there now, but again, when I decide to smelt this, well, that's okay. I hadn't been able to fill the whole bottom of the vial before like that. That is a fair amount of gold. Let's hold it up that way and see. Let's see, get some contrast to it. It's not a lot, but we got bubbles in there too. That's a lot for me. Just going on public land in Georgia. Oh, stinking bubbles. Not a bad take. Well, we'll just get better and better and keep finding better and better spots, and soon we'll have enough money to rule the world. Or at least maybe buy some new gold panning equipment. Alright, again, thanks for watching. See you next time.